The schadenfreude is real. I can't wait until MAGA finds out that they can no longer buy soda with their food stamps, or ice cream, or candy. They'll find out the first time they go grocery shopping. Can't miss this one. I mean, if they're real MAGA, they should not need food stamps. You know, bootstraps and such. When I was broken on food stamps, nobody ever gave me any handouts. My parents bought their house in 1976 for $58,000. In 2022 dollars, that would be $279,000. But their 2022 assessment valued the house at $2.09 million. Yeah, I don't think getting married at 34 instead of 24 is the reason my generation can't buy homes. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I feel like there's more reasons than people eating avocado toast to why they can't buy homes. But hey, I'm just a stupid lefty, aren't I? It's midnight. Billions of dollars in tariffs are now flowing into the great United States of America. Oh, this man still has literally no idea how tariffs work. Literally none of the money is coming from outside the United States, and literally all of it will ultimately be paid by the American middle class. I really wish I knew how many Americans are stupid enough to fall for this scam. I don't know how people can call him such an amazing businessman when he doesn't even understand how tariffs work. Unless he does know how tariffs work and he's just lying. Who knows? A video arguing that women should be able to vote was just shared by Trump's Secretary of Defense, the guy in charge of our whole military. And Democratic Party leaders still can't stand up to this admin? Our rights are on the line, and all our party leaders offer us is silence. Something that really doesn't help us against the fight of fascism, there's no other way to say it really, is an opposition that's entirely complacent in it. Oh wow, they're trying to strip people's rights and dismantle your country? And the top brass's choice is to write a strongly worded letter. So scary. So yes, people in the upper echelons of the Democrat Party, this isn't just games. Act like it. The owner of Trump Burger, a Donald Trump themed fast food joint, faces deportation after being arrested by ICE. Well, yeah, that's just about as well as doing any sort of business with Trump in the name goes, I guess. Putin is coming to America? Sorry, but doesn't he have like an international warrant for his arrest? Guess the US is just gonna be ignoring that. Trump says he will meet with Putin in Alaska a week from today. The highly anticipated meeting between myself as President of the United States of America and President Vladimir Putin, also known as my boss, will take place next Friday, August 15th, 2025, in the great, amazing state of Alaska. Further details to follow. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Putin is coming to the United States. Even by Trump 2.0 standards, this is beyond belief. US diplomacy is dead. Oh fuck. This idiot's gonna give him Alaska. Yeah, most likely. It's just a question if Trump would get anything in return. Like a gold trinket or Diet Coke. But yet again, it's for a distraction from the Epstein files. Yeah, that is the correct answer. It can be multiple purposes. Distract from Epstein, distract from tariffs, distract from hospitals closing thanks to Medicaid cuts. Plus, every other dreadful thing the Trump admin and GOP have done since they've been in office this term. I think there's two ways that this could go. Either, yes, a distraction from all the shit that they've been up to, or, alternatively, doing more stupid shit. I really love South Park right now. South Park has updated their profile photo on Facebook in response to Kristi Noem calling them sexist for criticising her look. There's been two ways that this whole South Park saga's gone for MAGA, and it's either they've got triggered, or they're too stupid to realise they're getting made fun of. And you can quite easily tell which is which. Like, they're all fine with saying, "Oh look, I was in South Park," but entirely glazes over the rest of the episode and what it's about. Yeah, you're not gonna fucking address that. Oh, can you just shut up already? In case you forgot, I'm Andrew Cuomo, son of Mario and grandson of Andrea. Welcome to the heavyweight bout, Zoran Mamdani. This is a two-man race. You look tired already. It's just the second round. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, nobody cares who your stupid family was. The best case scenario is you're claiming that you deserve victory because you're a nepo baby. Do you know who my dad is? My father will hear about this. Grr, my daddy works for Microsoft. I don't think he realises that he ain't winning that shit. And on top of that, the only reason he's still, quote, in the race is to try and steal votes from Mamdani out of bad faith. He doesn't want actual positive progression. All he wants is for New Yorkers to stay in a predatory system that's designed to screw them over. I mixed up Goebbels and Goering in my ICE interview. How cooked am I? I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, probably 1. This is really embarrassing. Trump just grabbed some giant blown up chart to explain how great he thinks the economy is. Clearly has no idea what the actual chart says, and just shows it off to the press like an idiot. Imagine if Joe Biden did this. The guy has no clue what's going on around him. TLDR, old man yells at chart. Hey chat, if you're getting owned by the Republicans like we all totally are, you know, as a lefty myself, I've definitely been crying myself to sleep every time someone calls me a lib. You should totally like and subscribe, cause it helps this gay guy reading stuff a lot. Anyways, back to the video. Pete Kegsbreath shares a clip saying women shouldn't have the right to vote. The 19th Amendment should be repealed, and women should submit to their husbands. The leader of the world's largest standing military, everyone. All Christ for all life. Full CNN segment on Doug Wilson's crusade for Christian domination in the age of Trump. Are they really just that mask off about being just Christian nationalists? Alright. Oh my god, it's so cool that cities are like, please only turn on your AC if you're actively dying and don't go below 79. While the AI nobody asked for is slurping up power grid to make one image of a girl with 5 t's. Possibly one of the biggest detriments to our society is techno bros. I don't know about you, but one of the largest very obvious cries for help outside of government to do with this state of society has got to be tech bros. Trying to rug pull and fuck everyone else over for a quick buck. Utter greed and stupidity at its worst. And fake-ass crypto money. Yeah, and that as well. With tech bros comes crypto bros. Same premise, different flavour of shit. We're literally crushing ourselves for fake everything. Short-term, myopic thinking will be our downfall. And its cousin, the complete death of empathy. This is why unregulated capitalism turns a place into a shithole, to borrow a phrase. Oh yeah, because you know, why have like renewable energy sources and taking care of our environment when, you know, we can have like a bunch of oil fields and we can all drive massive fuel guzzling cars and keep using single-use plastics at the low cost of 0.01 to 0.1% of all species going extinct per year. Because, you know, the shareholders. Think of the shareholders. You know, not the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of species going extinct every year because of climate change. You know, why should we care about anything when we've got shareholders? If one of my adult grandchildren decided to join ICE, my response would be, why don't you just deal drugs or start an OnlyFans account like a decent human being? I mean, hey, better than participating in violating countless people's human rights. Breaking news, Spain and Switzerland cancel their F-35 jet orders. Trump calls it very unfair. Yeah, why don't you go cry into your golden-clad Oval Office, you poopy diaper man-child? Swiss leader Balthazar Galati says, those who hurl rocks at us in trade shouldn't expect gifts in return. And also, didn't Trump say something about, I think it was either the F-35 or the new one they're gonna try and get out, that they were thinking of implementing kill switches or purposefully making them worse? Obviously, you know, for the same price. I don't see why any government's air force would purposefully buy an inferior aircraft when they can work together with other local countries, like, for example, the Concorde or the Eurofighter, and make an aircraft of their own. Oh wait, that's what they're doing. If you can't trust them in trade, why would you trust them in war? Well, yeah, he's not a trading partner. He's a trading bully. I'm shocked anyone is working with him at all. He makes us look so pathetic on the world stage. We got what we voted for, and I don't understand why anyone wanted this. Only a few billion here, a few billion there. Pretty soon it adds up to real money. But hey, at least the workers won't have problems finding jobs. It's harvest season, and we need fruit pickers. At the high wage of like, what, $4 an hour? This is fucking real. They're throwing kids off of school meals and Medicaid, and putting real gold all over the White House as if Saddam Hussein was president. I mean, what did South Park portray Trump as? Yeah. Need I say more? Yeah, he isn't planning on leaving the White House. I mean, I think to all of us sane people, that was pretty prevalent. He's been telling them that for a decade, yet they still call themselves patriots. Let 'em eat cake. Direct action doesn't always mean punching a Nazi. Direct action can be as simple as seeing a post for a $90,000 per year ICE job with a signing bonus. Submit an application, go through all the screening and interview process, do a background check, get hired, and then just don't show up. Hashtag abolish ICE. I'm a young, somewhat healthy 72-year-old, so where do I apply? Congratulations, you've just been hired. You are to show up at your orientation starting at 0700, followed by your first raid at 0725. Not till my signing bonus check clears. Americans are relearning the lesson we learned during the Gilded Age of the late 1890s, when robber barons, FYI, the modern equivalent is all the oligarch billionaires in the US, ran the government and the economy for their own benefit. Oligarchy is incompatible with the common good. Whoa, only a handful of people controlling a large portion of the economy and just using it to buy their third super yacht is a bad thing? Fun fact, MAGA. Yeah, it is. I'm hopeful we'll respond with a new progressive movement. Well, the big hopes that I've been getting is from politicians like Mamdani. You know, politicians who prioritize the people first. Working class and small businesses, but also making sure that public services are affordable and essential things like childcare are accessible, is the type of politician everyone needs. I mean, there was a reason why they were called robber barons, and why Trump loves the name baron. But is there a reason people don't use that term nowadays as much? The market crash, Great Depression, unions, and labour laws. This is what happens when you let trash in the White House. Jesus H. Christ, look at what this man has done to our Oval Office. It's only a matter of time before he puts fucking spinners and a gold monogram on the presidential limo. I don't even see how people think that looks good. It just looks fucking tacky. And as well, I guarantee you that's not real gold. That's probably just gold spray paint that the White House intern was forced to buy out of their own dime and decorate themselves. He doesn't ever plan to leave. That's what all these changes are to the White House. The gaudy gold trim everywhere. The destruction of the Rose Garden, the ballroom they're planning. He's turning the White House into his own personal palace. I think what he's actually trying to turn it into is his Washington DC franchise of Mar-a-Lago. How long's it gonna be until you can pay a, couple of $1 million subscription to get membership to the White House Club or some bullshit like that? Dictators gotta be dictatoring. Seriously, I'm certain this will be our future. How can a person work against this shit? Is there any way to stop it? Well, hopefully, yes. By supporting the right politicians, again, like Mam Danny, which hopefully we're going to be getting a lot more of, and also turning up in the midterms and things like that. That's what we'd like to hope is going to help. Because at the end of the day, one of the best things you can do is vote. Because like I've said again and again and again, voting is important, and it matters. The lack of crispness in the detailing of this is so funny to me. Truly Temu level shit. It reminds me of all those dictators that try to LARP previous historical times, like the ancient Greek or the Romans, and execute it horribly. Because they want to go back to the good old days. But because they're dictators, fail horribly. I think once Trump is gone, the country will collectively feel like they just took a giant shit that they've been holding in for 10 plus years. Kind regards, Frank. But hey, do you think after Trump we might see some improvements? Or is there a lot more work to do than just waiting for his reign to be over? Because in my opinion, the bar's been lowered, and I think unless we deal with the problem head on, him kicking the bucket ain't really gonna change much. Anyone who thinks this is either stupid, completely ignorant of what's going on, or 100% delusional. Once the taco kicks in, it'll be time for the GOP infighting to see who gets to be dictator of the US to Electric Boogaloo. Things will get so much worse unless the entire GOP is taken out of power at the same time he's gone. For whatever reason. If anyone fully disagrees with this, I implore you, send me your banking info. I have a super sweet bridge to sell you. You're gonna love it. Exactly. Trump just showed generations of younger, more bloodthirsty scumbags exactly how to circumvent or straight up ignore the Constitution. Politically, I don't think the real fight starts until he's gone. And we see how far the GOP tries to take everything he's already done. Project 2025 wasn't made with the intent of being removable at all, let alone in 4 years. Tim Cook. It is engraved for President Trump. It's a unique unit of 1, and the base comes from Utah. And it's 24 karat gold. So a bribe. Just live TV bribes now. Got it. Yo, it's Mehdi Hassan. Really don't know how he survived that Jubilee episode and the stupidity from it. But hey, he's cool. You should check him out. Imagine being a billionaire, in charge of one of the most powerful, influential companies in the history of the world, and proscriting yourself to Trump in this very public and embarrassing way. Sheesh. I think what it is Cook is trying to give his offering to dear leader Trump, so hopefully he can get some lovely loopholes in his favour.